Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to find the x and y intercepts given an equation. So our equation here is y is equal to 6x minus 3. And now before learning how to find the x and y intercepts from an equation, let's first learn what the x and y intercepts really are. So first, on our graph here, let's go ahead and draw a line. I'm going to draw a line going like this. Sorry if it's not straight enough. So we have our line here. And our line, as you can see, it hits our graph twice. Once over here, I'm going to put a point there, and once over here. And this axis that you see here, that goes from left to right, or that is also horizontal, this is known as the x-axis. It goes from left to right. And this axis, as you see here, that goes from up to down, and that is vertical, this is known as the y-axis. So our line here, it hits both our x and y axes once. And the point where our line hits our axes, that is known as the intercept. So for the y-axis, the point where the line hits the y-axis, that is known as the y-intercepts. So this here, this would be known as the y-intercept. And if you recall, an equation in the form y is equal to mx plus b. Remember, this is an equation in slope-intercept form. And b, this here is the y-intercept. B is our y-intercept. So now for our x-axis, the point where our line intercepts the x-axis, that is known as the x-intercept. The x-intercept. I'm just going to write int. So now that we know what x and y intercepts are, why don't we try finding the x and y intercepts from an equation? Well, if you see here, our y-intercept, what is the value of x for this y-intercept? 0, right? And for our x-intercept, what is the value for y for this x-intercept? 0. So as you can see, for our y-intercept, x is 0, and for our x-intercept, y is 0. Meaning, to find the x and y intercepts of an equation, we simply have to set the other one to 0. So let's first find the x-intercept of this. We have y equals 6x minus 3. Now, to find our x-intercept, we need to set y equal to 0. So now we'll have 0 is equal to 6x minus 3. And now, as you see, we have a simple equation. We first add 3 on both sides to isolate x. So we get 3 is equal to 6x. Now, we want to get rid of the 6, so we're going to divide by 6 on both sides. These two cancel out, and we get 3 over 6 is equal to 1/2, so we get 1/2 is equal to x. Meaning 1/2 here is our x-intercept. Now for a y-intercept, we have to set x equal to 0. So we get y is equal to 6 times 0 minus 3, and 6 times 0 is simply 0. So we get y is equal to 0 minus 3, and 0 minus 3 is negative 3. So we get y is equal to negative 3, and this is our y-intercept. And instead of having to even plug in the value of x for 0, we already know that if an equation is in the slope-intercept form, y is equal to mx plus b, we know that the value of b is our y-intercept. And as you can see here, we have negative 3 right here for our y-intercept. Now, if we go ahead and graph this equation, let's go ahead and graph this equation. So we always start at our y-intercept. So we go down by 3. So we start over here. Now our slope, this is equal to 6 over 1. And as you guys probably already know, the slope is the rise over the run. So we're going to go up by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to go to the right by 1 because 1's our run. So 1. So our point would be over here. This is our y-intercept. Now let's do this one more time. We go by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we go to the right by 1. So our next point would be right about here. And remember, 6 over 1 is the same thing as negative 6 over negative 1. So we can also go down by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to the left by 1. So this. And now let's go ahead and connect our dots. Oops, sorry about that. And as you can see, our y-intercept is negative 3. And our x-intercept, as you can see, 1 is over here and 0 is over here. So that is 1/2. And that is our x-intercept. So that's how you find the x and y-intercepts of an equation.